Right.
We want to start off with a reminder that we are not doctors. Before you make any changes or try something new, always consult with your doctor and medical team first. Chronic illness can vary from patient to patient, so it's always best to consult with your own doctor for what is best for you.
Hello and welcome to I Be Determined. I'm your host, Mason Harvey, and I speak from the role of a patient and I have Crohn's disease.
And I'm Mason's mom, Michelle Harvey, and I speak in the role of a caregiver.
Best caregiver.
Thank you. And today we're going to talk about Costco.
Mhm.
So that may not seem like a
Costco.
very IBD related topic,
Mhm.
but it actually very much is.
Yeah.
And I thought if we could just share our story a little bit more. We've touched on it in other episodes, and the one where we discussed how to get approved with insurance when you are struggling to get a biologic approved. And this time I want to kind of go a little more into detail about Costco because I think we are very thankful, and we didn't realize how thankful we probably were for this job until Mason got sick.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great place. My husband has worked there since, oh gosh, I'm like, how many years now? Like 27 years? I don't
I
know.
actually don't know.
He has worked there for quite a long time, and it has always been a great place to work. And it's it's just became a lot more valuable when
I got Crohn's.
Mason
Yeah. Was
was diagnosed,
diagnosed.
because we'd always heard about, how benefits were so important, but we were so young when he started working there and we got married that
Mhm.
it was like, okay, we had the benefits, but we never realized how important
Helpful.
really good benefits were. I mean, I thought benefits were I just really never thought about benefits being unequal, or, all the different insurance companies that could be out there that you could have problems with. So I feel like even with all the challenges we've had, it has been really fortunate to have Costco. And so I'll start really quick with your dad's story.
Okay.
And so Jason started working at Costco when he was 18, and he was also going to college to become a teacher. And so he did graduate. He got his teaching credentials. And at the time, he was trying to make a decision if he should make the jump and leave Costco at that point
Mhm.
and go teach. They were pink slipping. We also knew at the time that Costco had a lot of good things going for it and that we were guaranteed.
Yes. It's not like you're going
So
to get kicked from Costco.
so Jason decided to stay there, which at the time he was kind of like disappointed because he wasn't sure if he was making the right decision. But he did know it was a more solid job than teaching at the time. So that's kind of how it started. And if you think about it, the thing with Costco is that you can make some decent money. And it's not even just about the hourly pay rate though, because you
Mhm.
get a lot of benefits, which we'll go into a little later. But it's a great place to work for, and we're very thankful for it. And
Very.
I just wanted to mention something before we like jump into our reasons why
Mhm.
we're so indebted to Costco is, I wanted to point something out because this company is a huge company. It's worldwide.
That's
And
crazy,
we're
actually.
going to talk about some CEO pay here. And I don't know if this could be like, do you think CEOs on average are overpaid, or do you think they're paid accurately for what they do?
I think paid accurately.
I haven't really ever thought about
Yeah.
it, but we know a lot of we've met a lot of
CEOs, yeah.
CEOs and what we do.
And the thing is they get paid a lot, but
They
what
do.
they do
Mhm.
is also, it's fair what they get paid.
There's a reason CEOs get paid what they do. And I know some places out there are going to be discrepancies where some are, it really depends on the business. And so I think that when you're talking about something like Costco, it's important to look and see the differences, because if you work here, you could get this job at other places, but will they be as good as Costco?
Costco, yeah.
And how does Costco run such an efficient, incredible company that is outperforming, and at the
A lot
same
of others,
time,
yeah.
yeah, they're able to pay their employees so well. And so the current CEO, his name, and I hope I don't mess this up, Ron Vakris,
Looks like that.
I
Ron
think,
Baccarat.
right?
Yeah. Cool name.
So he received a $12.2 million compensation package in 2024. His base salary was 1.1 million, and stock
Wow.
awards were over 10.5 million.
It's crazy.
Previous year, it was actually a decrease, that amount, because the previous year, the other CEO that Backers replaced was Craig Jelinek, and he made 16.8 million. And so
Mm,
these numbers may seem like, if you just heard these numbers, you're probably thinking, "Whoa,
that's a lot of money,
that's a
huh?
lot of money." But let's compare it to something that's going to make a little more sense. And because this again is going to show you how they treat their employees. Walmart CEO in the same year made $26.9 million in compensation, and Target CEO received 19.2 million.
So more, almost twice as much.
Yeah,
Well, the Walmart is definitely over twice,
right.
but Target is almost twice as
Yeah, it's
much.
it's significantly
Wow.
more. And again, this is all from Business Insider. So this is where this information, it was a new article. And so I just went ahead and that's what I used. And so what this is also, why this also is very interesting to me. So you have, out of those three, the Costco CEO is making the
The
least.
least. Mhm.
But the median Costco employee makes $20,000 more per year than Walmart and Target employees.
Wow.
So what that tells you
Is they're
is,
getting paid more. It's not
right,
all going to the CEO.
right. So Costco CEO makes less and pays employees more.
Mhm,
And so I think a lot of people, they don't realize, you see these companies, you're like, wow, they're making tons of money. Look at the
mhm.
profits, but it's also look at what they're doing for their employees,
Employees.
which is very important. And for our family, it's been everything. And the benefits, which this is the part that I really want to talk about, because I didn't realize how much we could need a company behind us like Costco if something ever happened.
Mhm.
And so because we have other people who are teachers and who are in other professions, and I don't even think they would get the backing we got. So we have an episode which we'll post up here for you guys, but that episode is where we talk about how to get your insurance to accept, like, if we had Mason, he was on dual
Dual biologics,
biologics,
because
and
that's very hard to get
yeah,
insurance to
we had to
say
get
yes
that
to.
approval. So we gave you guys all the tips and tricks. We have used all the different methods to help you guys. So it's a great episode, and I think it's very important. But for us, the thing that was so cool, and the reason this whole episode came up is because a friend of ours, we were telling him about this story, and he was amazed. And I didn't actually really consider it that other people may find it amazing, because at the time I was just so relieved that we had
Yeah,
help.
yeah. So relieved.
And so I didn't really consider that this story might be worth retelling. And so I think the holiday season is a perfect day to do it's a perfect time to share good
Good
stories
stories,
and
yes, the
happy
world
stuff
needs
with
more. Yes.
corporations. Yeah. So what happened is, when Mason did not get his approval, I started, which you'll see in the episode, started making every single call to every single outlet, filing every complaint I could, reaching out to senators, assembly members, and it was 3 weeks into that. Every day I had a list of things. You probably remember how we were on the phone, I think, like, all the time. We
Oh,
were
yeah,
very
I remember
busy,
that.
and it was very stressful. So all these things, we were trying to do everything, and so we were 3 weeks into it and really hadn't made much headway. And a friend of mine had told me something that had worked for her, and so I thought I will try it. And so we called the HR department at Costco, and I believe I'm not sure what department they transferred us to, but they sent us to someone who was like, we explained the situation. At this point, I was like just so frustrated, thinking, this is not gonna happen. I
Yeah.
mean, we're asking them to spend, asking them to grant something that's gonna cost an extra $500,000 a
Oh,
year
yeah.
on Mason. And I was feeling very defeated, and I didn't want Mason to flare. That was
Mhm.
the biggest thing. We had made such good headway because this was 2 years ago. And so the Costco employee was very calm, very kind, and was like, "Hey, we'll help you with this.
Yeah, they got you.
We'll take care of it, and we'll see what we can do." And I was like, I wonder what they can do. Like, I didn't, because our insurance is through Costco. And so Costco made a call and we have great insurance. We have Aetna. Oh, this is not a complaint about Aetna
No, no,
or
no.
anything like that. This is just more, this is a Costco cheerleading
Yeah, Catholic
episode. Yeah.
charity, yeah. And please don't
Not
get
to
angry at Aetna. I mean, it's kind of annoying when they decline a drug that's necessary, but at the same time, you have to realize how much they're paying for
It's a
these.
mess, okay? The whole system is
Mhm.
very, I don't know the answers, it's a mess,
Yeah,
and so all we cared about is, at the time, was just getting Mason what he needed, what the
mhm.
doctor said he needed. And so I I ended that call and I kept making my other follow-ups and doing what I had to do because I just was thinking, well, what can Costco do? But within 48 hours, we had approval and we had Mason getting his infusion.
Yeah, Costco just
Costco flexed on
somehow.
yeah,
I
on insurance
I
said,
don't know how they
yeah,
did
so
that
because
so fast.
because it's such a big
Yeah.
company, they're able to say, "Hey, get this for the son of our employee, do it," and they did.
Wow.
And
So good.
I had exhausted every I mean, we had an agency that was helping us that is trained to fight this kind of stuff. We were doing everything and it was like, "What?" Like so quick. Like,
Yeah, how'd they do that?
yeah, and he was like and so the same gentleman who helped us was like, "Oh yeah, it's taken care of. You're good."
Done,
And
yeah.
I don't think he had any idea like how crazy I had been going into it because I was trying to be very polite with him, but
Huh?
it was like, "Was that easy?" Like,
How?
how did
How?
that yeah, and so
It's magic.
it really it in that moment, I started thinking the value of Costco goes way beyond,
Just the
Mhm.
working part of it.
Right, and your a paycheck, and
Mhm,
this kind of thing I mean, this was Mason's life, this was his health. Without it, I mean, he needs these things to survive, and
mhm.
so I have forever like, I will never you're I'm not gonna talk bad about Costco
No,
after that. I don't think I'd have anything negative to say. I mean, obviously, every company has room to improve. No company is
it's perfect,
perfect,
no.
but
Perfection isn't real.
right. Especially I mean, especially in big business, there's
Yeah,
always,
always something,
but
but
I think the story is important because they didn't have to do that, and
mm-mm.
they did. They made sure their employee's son was taken care of.
This is very,
It's
very important.
amazing. Yeah, it's really amazing. So I think for a company
To
that is the
care.
size of Costco and to care
Mhm.
and to not just say, well, it's because it is a job that isn't, it could be replaceable. And instead, they really take care
They
of
try their best.
they keep Jason there, keep him paid,
Mhm.
and helped his son out. And
It means a lot.
yeah, so I think it's just an important story to share. And again, I'm not going to go into everything else with business and, the healthcare system because it is all messy.
Yeah,
But this is a good story. And I think the
juicy
reason
story.
why I want to share it is because if you have IBD, one of your kids, one of your family, something like that, this company really is
Here to
strong,
help.
and I feel like it's important to know. And
Mhm.
they also we use their specialty pharmacy to order Mason's Stellara,
Stellar, yeah.
and they are nothing but helpful, kind. We have never had a problem getting it shipped to us. I've
Mhm.
heard of other nightmare stories with I'm not going to name them, but other large pharmaceutical
Pharmacies, yeah.
that send the injections, and there are delays, there are issues. It
But
has always been
Costco, it's always spot on. Yeah.
it's been well packed. It always comes very nicely packed, and they're quick to get it. They even called like a couple weeks. They called me to remind me, did you want us to send it? Because with
Mhm.
the holiday, they're making sure we
We
get it.
get it, yeah.
Yeah, and
We're
I'm
ready
like,
to get
thank
it.
you so much. So even their specialty pharmacy. So even if you're not on the other side with the infusions, which is through medical, if you're
Mhm.
on the pharmacy side getting injections, fantastic.
Yeah, it's great.
I can't say enough for it. And then there's just other cool things like when Mason does have appointments or have like something comes up and it's like the company will work with Jason. It's like, what can we do to help? We want you to be with your son. And I just think that's incredible. Like to care so
To
much.
care enough, yeah,
And
and really try.
yeah, it's made all the difference in Mason's recovery and Mason's journey through everything. And I don't think it gets acknowledged enough or gets seen. I don't think people know this stuff is happening, but it's
Mhm.
always they work really hard to accommodate whatever they can to help Mason. And
Help their workers.
yeah, so pretty cool. So I mean this episode isn't like a super long one or in-depth
Yeah,
one, but I think it was an important one because
to go over.
it is.
Yeah.
And I think that if, when someone is looking for a job or if one of your kids out there is looking to get a job and they're 18, I think Costco is a great option.
It is.
And so I just want to throw that out there because I think a lot of IBD patients they struggle. There's a lot of struggles with insurance, with your benefits, with all of that. And so this is a solid company. So it's obviously it's not gonna be a super high paying job, but it
No,
is what it
but it is,
is.
yeah,
It's you're
it's
paid
better than Walmart, it's better than Target.
nothing against those either.
No,
Like
nothing against them,
better
but
pay.
yeah,
We are Target
yeah,
fans.
we love Target,
Yes, we do.
curbside
So
pickup.
yeah, I mean that's where your flannel is.
Yeah,
Actually, that's where yeah. So we are Target fans.
Target merch, yeah.
But anyways, but yes, Costco is a better they're a great employer.
Mhm.
And I just thought for the holiday season, let's just share some good stuff.
Yeah.
And
Speaking of the holiday season, holidays, Costco is also great for buying gifts, say you wanna buy your cousin, a bulk shipment of kayaks for some reason.
yeah, you can do
Yeah,
that.
they usually do have a canoe or a kayak there on the
Toilet paper,
shelves.
though, for a lot
Toilet
of
paper, yeah.
IBD patients, very
Yeah, that'd be
important
nice,
thing.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Costco's great for that
You got it
too.
all?
Yeah. So, and they also get paid holidays too. So,
That's
it,
really
it not
cool.
it's not out of their personal time. It's separate. So you have your vacation, you have your other, but then your paid holidays are separate, which is always really
Very
cool
nice.
too. So, and also, just to wrap up, I think also just a reminder this season to be kind and be thoughtful before you say things. We had I'm not gonna I don't want to give it too much time because it's just a social media
Mhm.
troll. But if you're gonna make rude comments, think about it before you feel like, do I need to take the time to do this? Just scroll on, especially if it's about a mask. Getting a little tired of
Yeah.
that
Are we a
kind of
little
thing. It's
past
like,
that? It's 2024.
yeah, I'm like, are we done making fun of these things because they existed before? And I just feel like in 2019, if you saw a social media post of a child wearing a mask, your question would be, what are they
What
going
Yeah,
through?
what are they going through? Yeah.
Yeah, and you think, wow, you would probably think that kid's strong and look what they have to do, as opposed to calling someone weak or making fun of them
Mhm.
for wearing a mask when you have no idea
What the kid
why.
has.
So anyways, it's honestly, I don't think it doesn't like it's like it bothers
No,
me because I know, but
it's
it's
just
just
annoying.
annoying. Yeah, it's like,
'Cause, like, do you not have time do you spend your time online to troll because you have nothing better to do in your life?
right, or it's like what if something is going in your life that is hurting you and you're going to reach out and hurt others,
Mhm. That's not a good
um
way to
not a good way
eh
to handle your pain or handle what you're going through. So,
maybe
uh
get a therapist.
therapist
There's
is
always that
good.
option.
Yeah. Yeah. Help yourself
Mhm.
before you start taking out on other
Others,
people.
yeah.
And there's
And
no sense in it.
even others you don't even know for no
Yeah.
reason, like
There's no point. And it's just a good lesson though. I mean, when you're on social media, honestly, anybody can look at anything. Anybody can say anything. You don't know who really anybody is a lot of times that are behind these names. And so
and typically, it's someone on the other side of America that I could care about.
yeah, we don't even know. Like we
No.
don't know these people. And so it is the reality of it and we are aware of that. But I also just want to take things sometimes when these things happen, just to remind people like think kind thoughts. Don't just
Mhm.
be
No.
kind. Don't just I mean you can be kind and maybe you have to fake being kind.
Yeah, sometimes
Um
we are all going through hard
but
things,
do
but
your best to think
yes.
kinder. Like in general, have your thoughts not go to somewhere, don't just assume and, think a little bit more
Mhm.
before you say
Remember,
something.
treat others how you want to be treated, and
Yeah.
if you have something rude to say, don't say it.
Yeah. It's really a
Mhm.
simple
The 2 golden
That's the
rules.
beautiful thing about having the freedom to have an opinion. You can have your opinion, but you really don't need to give it.
Mhm, yeah.
It's like unless something is hurting somebody or somebody,
If it's
something that's gonna help.
physically
But
harming or hurting
yeah,
someone, but
but if it's not bothering you and it's doing nothing,
mhm,
it's like let them have their opinion,
yeah,
you have yours, and just go your separate ways.
yeah.
Simple as that. So just a good reminder.
That's what life is, all having separate opinions.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with what you think or
And
what you
everybody's going
believe.
through something. And so just to remember, like, don't be that person to make a comment when you don't know how that person's day already has been. And
Mhm,
just don't. I think,
yeah,
like,
just
I don't want to think any of our listeners are those kind of people.
no.
I'm not, I'm not accusing any of you
Yeah, no, no,
listening.
we're not.
I guess maybe for any of you who've had it happen to you, you can go, "Oh, okay, it happened. It happened to us too. And
You're not
we can
alone.
relate. So it's all in how you handle it. That's what we always talk about.
Mhm,
Just like this disease, it's not in your control, but you can control certain aspects of it.
mhm,
And so you just make the best of what you can, and you handle the things that you can't in a mature and
Mature and
respectable
formal
way.
way,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, anyways, so that's
Splendid.
throw that in there because that was kind of like one of our week highlights. We also made a gingerbread house
Yeah,
and
homemade.
yeah, completely made it. Like
And it
made
had a
it was so good.
sugar glass,
Jolly Rancher windows.
but what
But
were
they were
they?
actually they weren't windows, they were skylights.
Skylights, yeah, yeah,
So we
yeah.
put like a candle in there, like the battery operated candles, so the light would shine through the
It
skylights.
was really pretty.
Yeah, and
And
we
it was
watched
like
it like
stained glass too.
yes, like stained glass. But we
Mhm.
watched it for what would you say about 2 minutes and then we
2 minutes and
destroyed
then
it. Yeah, because it was good. Like
it was good gingerbread.
yeah,
Homemade
because
gingerbread is better than a
the box
store-bought.
ones are I mean, they're cool looking and stuff, but I just the taste, it's never been my thing.
Mhm.
And so I kinda thought, I don't think I like gingerbread.
I think gingerbread from the stores too are very not crunchy,
Well, yeah, you're
but
right. No,
they're
but you're
not
right.
when they're homemade, it's not it's I mean, it's obviously not like a cookie, but it's easier to eat.
And so
But with gingerbread, my teeth are gone.
and, and it does make sense why though, because
Mhm.
structurally,
Yeah,
it's really good to have, so
sturdy, yeah.
so ours we had to make crunchy, like, strong enough to support the roof and
Mm.
support everything
But
without
s
breaking.
but still edible.
But still edible, so we were able to do that, and
Mhm.
there was a perfect balance, and so I get what because those have to ship too, so, like, those things have to be, like, rock hard. They
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
want
because if
everything breaking,
full
arriving,
pump and
and
it
all these
breaks.
pieces,
Mhm.
so I get it, but it's just I wanted something that just wasn't, like, pretty, I wanted something, like,
That was
enjoyable,
enjoyable and pretty.
and we did.
See, who cares about looks as long as it functions?
We want right? It's nice to have something that looks great, and it was neat, it turned out kinda cute, I mean, it had some issues, but it was good,
Mhm. Like, think about it like
so
this. Would you rather have one of the most expensive cars in the world,
mhm.
that doesn't have an engine or, a transfer case or an axle? It won't work. Or would you rather have maybe a junker, but it runs great, you know? It may not look good, but it works.
Right.
Mhm.
Get you there. Does what it's supposed it serves its purpose.
Functionality over looks.
Very true. Very true. I'm hoping our friends agree with this. We gifted them Mason's friend.
Gingerbread,
Yeah,
yes.
his good friend. We gave him we made them a gingerbread house. And I thought, well, the very least, it's gonna taste good.
It's gonna taste good, yes, we
Right.
know that for
So
sure.
I don't know because it wasn't as straight. This one, like it was not really square, the edges and everything. So hopefully we made them homemade buttercream frosting, homemade royal icing. So
Mhm.
hopefully if anything, it'll be good.
It'll be good, yeah.
It'll
If the
taste
house
good.
doesn't work out, you just take a piece, you put some frosting on it, and
Yeah, and
then
that's it. And you
cookie. It's
just
basically
okay.
a cookie then.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was our exciting
Make
news.
it work, you find the
Yeah.
silver outline.
And next week we are going to be speaking at Spire Therapeutics.
Yeah.
So we have that engagement on Wednesday and Tuesday you'll be getting your
Oh, yeah,
infusion.
yay.
So he's not super thrilled, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is, you know?
Any of you listening that have to go through this, it's yeah, it's not fun for me to have to take him and do that. It's like I'd rather definitely be taking you somewhere else, like
Mhm.
rather
Somewhere
going golfing,
fun, yeah.
right?
Golfing, oh, yes.
Yeah, much rather be doing that. But at the same time, it's nice to have something that helps and makes you feel better.
Yeah.
So, with that, I'm gonna let you guys go. We're not gonna keep holding you here. But this was just, I just thought it was a good story to share.
Mhm.
I know it
Spread
wasn't a
some
whole lot
holiday
of like,
cheer.
yeah, just something like to say, hey, this is a great company to support because they support their employees. Nobody is perfect, and I totally. I mean, we
Not
could
even gingerbread
I'm sure
houses.
some of you listening could have, other stories too. And um, but this was really more to focus on how they really, I mean, I feel like they're a huge role in why Mason is healthy today. Without
Oh,
Costco,
definitely.
I don't know. I mean, because you did start to flare after that, and
Yeah.
we had to get it back under control.
And
And
we were able to,
yeah, because we were able to
thankfully.
catch it in time. And so if we'd gone much longer, I don't know what would have happened. And so it just yeah, really, really thankful. Just wanted to share. I'm glad our friend told us what a great story it was because I was like, really? You think it's he's like, no, it's a powerful story and it shows how powerful Costco is and why it's important, who you work for when you do have health conditions and who'll stand behind you. So you guys can follow us on
Instagram,
Instagram if
yeah.
you want to follow our adventures and see our pictures from the week and the pictures of our gingerbread house. It's
Yeah.
on there.
Yeah.
And you can follow us at Team IB Determined. You can also follow the Reggie Project. And if you want, you can follow Karmatude Candles, which is our candle business that
Yes.
helps
We're
benefit the
selling
Crohn's
some
and Colitis Foundation.
we're selling some very, festive
Festive.
candles. Yes, selling some very festive candles, yes. I'm sorry, I can't think of the
That's
description
right.
of it.
Festive's a good word. I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, very festive candles. And it's always so much. I love these candles, love making them this time of year. So, yeah, so you can give us a follow and see what's going on, the latest and the greatest. And you can listen to us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, and any other podcast station. We're on a
We're
lot,
linked to Buzzsprout.
which we'll link it so you
Mhm.
can see if you listen to somewhere different. And we're also on
On YouTube
YouTube.
podcasts.
Mhm.
We're on YouTube podcasts and YouTube videos,
Yeah.
which if you're watching us well, if you're listening to us on podcast right now, you can go on YouTube.
Yeah.
But if you're watching us right now, you'll know what hat I'm wearing. It's a very jolly hat.
Yeah.
Yes,
You
very festive.
probably, yeah, if you're listening, you had no
No
idea he's
idea
been
that I've
wearing
been
this
wearing
the
this
whole
the whole
time.
time. But if you go and check out the video, you'll see, "Oh, that's what he's wearing."
Uh-huh.
And you'll get to see the epic Target flannel too.
Yes, which
Mm.
is nice. So, yeah. So we
Oh, and if you are watching us on,
Oh,
these
yep, sorry.
videos, yeah, I forgot to say this, I'm
I
so
know.
sorry.
It's all right. Go ahead.
But if you are watching us and listening to us on the podcast, make sure to like and subscribe, and if you wanna be notified every time we post a video, make sure to hit that bell icon.
And you guys also, we hope you have a very happy, healthy
Yes,
holidays.
stay jolly. Leave
Yes.
jolly comments on our video, please.
Yes, and let us know how you're celebrating the
Mhm.
holidays.
Yeah, how are you
And
celebrating the
for
holidays?
us, it's very quiet. We just have close family nearby that we celebrate with, and we just really just try to actually enjoy the spirit of the
Mhm.
season and just enjoy it while we can.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so you guys have a great rest of the week,
The week,
weekend,
yeah,
evening,
weekends,
morning, wherever you're listening to us.
weekdays.
Yeah, we'll be
Yes.
back in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So,
See you in the
we'll
next
see you guys on
episode,
the
yeah.
next episode.
Stay frosty. Stay jolly.
All right, guys. See you soon.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.
We hope you will stick around, tune in, and reach out to us with your own journeys. We are excited to give you an inside view of what it takes to be a caregiver and what it's like to be a patient.
And most of all, we hope you'll maybe be able to play something you hear on here that might help you in your own life. Sometimes life changes, and it's all about how you handle the journey.